Oh, just an icon. Please make it very loud for the funniest comedian I know, Joseph Wen.
Hey, keep it going for Tario Van Grohl, everybody. One more time for him. I thought I'd just start off with a little bit of small talk. You know, that's what we're all here for, right? At an event like this, just small talk. You know, like how's it going?
Good.
All right, cool. It's my favorite right there. That exact exchange, right? The one you have so many times every day, always the same. Is I was like, hey, how's it going? Oh, good. How are you? Oh, great. You know, you don't even pay attention to that conversation usually. You're just doing it on autopilot. Sometimes in those situations, you don't even respond to what you're asked. I love that when it's like, hey, what's up, man? Oh, thanks. You too. And people won't even notice because they're not paying attention. I love that, and I like to see what I can get away with in those situations. You know, like if someone comes up to me at work and they're like, hey man, how's it going? I'll be like, oh, you know, just thinking about killing myself. And they'll be like, hey, it's almost Friday. I'll be like, yep, that's when I'm gonna do it. That's good looking out, dude. So, goes over about as well in the office as it does here. So, you know, it's about what you would expect. But no, it's fun to be at like tech events like this. You know, like I think tech gets a really bad name here in the city, right? Because it's like associated with displacement, right? And I think that's like a very real concern, right? Everyone knows that whole process, like all these highly paid tech workers, driven all our rents up so high that most people cannot afford to live in San Francisco unless they're like an engineer or product manager or whatever, unless they got that tech money. But I also see like another side to it, because for me, as a 5'7" guy who was on the math team in high school, I can appreciate that there's a place like this where the nerds have become the bullies, in a way. You know, like you might go to an apartment viewing, you're ready to sign the papers to move in, and nerd just comes in out of nowhere like, oh what, you think you're gonna live here? This fucking guy. No, I don't think so, friend. I'm gonna pay the landlord twice what they're asking, and you can go back to your job that requires social skills, you loser. Do you know who I am? I programmed the Which Golden Girl Are You quiz. And that's where I'm like, damn, I guess this bland just moving to Fremont, because pretty hard to compete with that guy. Now, this does seem like a good time to mention that I did recently start working as a software engineer, because, you know, you can't beat them, join them, right? That's like the age-old wisdom. I was like, I also want to live in this city, whatever, I'll learn how to code. Can't be that hard. So I learned how to code, and then I started looking for a job. But before I got my job, I would tell that same joke about like the whole like Facebook quiz or the Golden Girl quiz. And then I say, oh, this seems like a good time to mention I'm looking for work as a web developer. And people would come up to me after shows and they'd be like, wait, dude, were you serious about that? Because, you know, they're all just trying to get their referral bonuses, right? They're all greedy tech workers, right? And so they're like, someone from a show referred me to their company. I got interviews, I passed the interviews, and I got a job offer. So I just want y'all to know that stand-up comedy does pay if you have like actual marketable skills and whatnot. That's a very unique networking platform. Some of you are probably going to get into comedy just for me saying that, and wouldn't be too surprised. But yeah, man, I've been in the city for 12 years now, and it's changed so much since I've been here. Like even the skyline is different, right? Like now, Salesforce Tower is the tallest building in San Francisco. Fun trivia fact, it is also now the largest building in the Western Hemisphere that you can completely destroy and no one important will die. So, yeah, I know. Some of you are like, I work there. I know. Doesn't bother me. Yeah, I live in San Francisco. I live in the Lower Hay. Cool neighborhood. I like it. But the house I've been living in, it's been infested by fruit flies, which are the worst. Don't know if y'all have had to deal with fruit flies, but they suck. Like all they do, they just fly around, looking for things to eat and places to lay their eggs. That's it. Now, man, to hell with your simple existence, fruit flies. Like all you care about is eating and procreating. And then I realized all I really care about is eating and procreating, and I was like, all right, not so different. Maybe we're all, in a way, just fruit flies. I don't know. But even bigger problem in my house than these fruit flies is the spiders. Now that there's a bunch of them, they just suck at being spiders. How do I know? All the fruit flies just swarming around everywhere, right? Like they're all over the place, and I look up and I see a spider just sitting there on the wall. Like not in a web, no threat whatsoever, just sitting there. And I was like, are you crazy? Like, you have what I assume is delicious food flying in front of your face all day, and you're just gonna sit there? Like, if there were tacos flying around this room right now, I'd grab as many as I could, maybe throw up a net, catch some for later. You have this opportunity, and you're just sitting there. Like, are you depressed? You know, is that what's happening? You sitting there with your 12 droopy guys, like, I don't deserve it. You know, is that what's happening with the spider? And then this is a real conversation I had in my house with the spider, and that's just why I need to get out more. So it is very, very nice to be here. I don't know, really, like, whether I'm going to stand up or anything else, I just try to focus on what really matters in life. And for me, that is having the right answers to all the questions that come up about yourself. Not necessarily the truth, just the right answer. You know, for example, anytime it comes up, I tell people that I drink socially, because that is the correct answer when people ask about your drinking habits. You know, you can't tell people that you drink alone. Right? See how you laugh at that? No one's okay with that, right? There's a huge stigma against drinking alone, which I don't appreciate. All right, and hear me out. I say that if you enjoy drinking, you enjoy it whether you're out with your friends or alone at home, right? And if you don't enjoy drinking, that's fine. But then if you still do it socially, just to fit in with people, then you're a fake bastard. And that is way worse than an alcoholic. Right? People always like to say, you should dance like no one's watching. Well, I say you should drink like everyone's there. And it's just how I live my life. So thank you for understanding. I heard some support for that joke. You know, some fellow alone drinkers here in the crowd tonight. I'm glad we're all here. You know, maybe after this show we can all go our separate ways and get hammered. You know, it'd be fun for everybody. So excited about that. You could probably imagine after hearing that I spent a lot of time in bars. The other day I was in my favorite dive bar, and I overheard this really attractive girl say the first thing she looks at when she goes to a guy's apartment is his bookshelf. See what he's reading, see if she thinks they're a good match based on that, and I was like, oh, maybe I should get a bookshelf. Some books, maybe an apartment, I don't know. There's a lot of things you could do. A few days later, I was in the same bar with my friend, we're drinking, and all of a sudden he gets real serious. He looks at me and goes, you know, I think the saddest thing in life is talent without ambition. And I was like, I don't know, I don't think that's nearly as bad as ambition without talent. You know, I think that's way worse. Like, that's just annoying, right? All these people are like, I gotta be somebody, but they got nothing to offer this world. That's just like that's how you end up in politics. You know, that's all that is. People are like, how did we get here? Because that exists. So, it's very fun. Alright.
You gotta go vote.
I do have to go vote. Thank you. You sound like you want to tell everybody who you voted for. But no, you don't. Okay. That's fine too. I'm just seeing where I am on time. Don't worry, I'm not looking at my watch because I'm bored. Alright, like with myself. Yeah, that'd be great if I was like, man, this guy sucks. How much longer? This show lasts. This also, just maybe some of y'all do this too. Like, I look at my watch all the time as if there are answers to questions other than, hey, what time is it? Like the other day, my friend, he was asking me, he was like, hey man, how long you been in California? And I was like, what? About 15 years? I just didn't need the watch for that long, but still felt right to look. But yeah, I'm not proud of that last bit. I'll just have you know, I'm not proud of that. Not proud of anything I've said up here tonight. Really, just not a proud person in general. You know, and not because I'm ashamed of my life. That is a separate issue. For me, it's more conceptual. Like, I always thought you were supposed to be proud of things that you accomplish in life. But the older I've gotten, the more I see people are usually proud of things they got no control over, things you're born with, like your race or your hometown. And I think it's weird to be proud of something like that. You know, like I was talking to one of my friends back home in Atlanta the other day, and he was just like, man, I'm proud to be from Atlanta. Best city in the country. And I was like, yeah, Atlanta's great, but we didn't do anything to be born there. You know, our parents did, right? Like, they had sex, and then they were there. That's the whole reason we're from Atlanta. You know, not an accomplishment. Another one of my friends just out of the blue was like, hey, I'm proud to be a Korean man. And I was like, what? Dude, I wouldn't be proud of that. You know, it's like, not because there's anything wrong with it, but because you were just born that way. Who cares? It'd be a different story if you were born a turtle, and then through hard work and determination, you turn yourself into a Korean man. That is the most impressive thing I've ever heard. I can understand being very proud of that, but not proud of any other stuff. Once again, this set, because that is the end of it. So yeah, thanks so much for having me. Thank you. Royal Summit, and I believe somebody is going to come up here with some closing remarks and/or announcements, and let's make some noise for her.
Jane Kim is for.
Recorded, by the way, because I didn't get any of it. All right, thanks guys. So I'm really excited to introduce a dear friend of mine, Nada, who is known to DJ one or two poolside sets. She's super groovy and incredible human being. So let's give it up for Nada. Dance the night away.
Oh, she's a DJ?
Don't